Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. I have been running all day long. All day. Hey, there's Diane. Okay. Card of the day. The way of positive change. Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky every day. Please let me know that you see the posts and learn together with us, stick together with us. Is 5 of Wands, which means stay out of the drama. Avoid drama. Attention-seeking people in your life. Plans can change at the blink of an eye. Mine certainly changed today in a huge way. I had this whole thing set up and it just went, only half of it took place. Okay, so anyway, just go with the flow, breathe, it's okay. And then I pulled another card for card of the day, and it was the strength card. So it was be patient, persevere, patience, persevere, be able to control the inner lion within yourself and the lions you encounter with others. Okay? All right, so those are the two, yesterday and today, all together. So it's just all about being patient and persevering and just going with the flow. Okay? And then just zipit.com. All right. And thank you. So many of you have already found me on Substack, and I don't even have it really up and running yet. So I'm still figuring out things. I have to realize how to boost something on YouTube first, and trying to get help with that. I'm actually going to be looking for someone else to help me. If you guys know anyone that wants to make some extra bucks, wants to help, a techie that wants to help me out, let me know. Okay, so probably just gonna do, I was talking to Susan Lynn and she told me where I could hire someone, so it's probably what's gonna end up happening. Anyway, thank you for hanging in there with me. It's been a very crazy, busy week, and I'm just getting caught up. All right, so we're going to talk about Albania. We're going to talk about Nevada's earthquakes. And we're going to, I don't want to gross anybody out, but we're going to ask about a couple of different bugs. One of them is the Lone Star tick. You can't make that up. I'm going to ask about the CEO and president of the Federalist Society and the CEO and president of the Heritage Foundation, if they are pulling the strings and giving the orders. I'm going to ask about hurricanes on the East Coast. Goddess Portia wanted to know about the Roy Cooper in North Carolina. Is he going to win? And then Square Peg asked about Israel and United States government splitting up and not doing military things together, agreements together. So we're just going to see about that. I'm going to drink some water. All right. I had no idea that so many people in the United States were already affected. Approximately 500,000 that are already living with this allergy that they're calling. And I just, every time I look at this thing, when I study it, I'm just like, this isn't right. This is in association with something else. I know it's with the, it makes people not tolerable of eating meat, red meat, pork, and deer, venison, and lamb. Okay. And so I just don't have a good feeling about that. So we're going to take a look at that. But I want to take a look. The protests, last video, if you didn't see it, the last video I asked if the prime minister of Albania would back down, and they said no. So, I mean, his house has had flying things go through the air and light fire in his house. So he's not backing down. But let's see if Kushner and Ivanka back down, because they're not wanted. And that island has tunnels because, correct me if I'm wrong, or please help me look it up because I didn't have time. There are tunnels underneath this island, underneath the ground surface, because it was communist regime and they used it with prison or army or something like that. So let me know in the comments, please. And thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for supporting me and whoever your favorite reader is. We really, everyone's freaking out a little bit. We're all trying to do. I'll be able to get Substack up and running this next coming week. So find me The Way of Positive Change or Lori Crawford, either one. You can look me up. Thank you so much. There's some of you have already clicked on it, which it just fills me with hope and optimism. I'm going to stay on YouTube. We're just looking for other supportive platforms, right? And I feel like another big one is coming. I almost feel like it starts with an R or something, or right or something. I don't know what that is. Okay. All right. Will Albania's population and their protesting, will they be able to stop and or delay Ivanka and Jared Kushner? Will the protesters, the people, the citizens of Albanians, will they be able to stop the development of the island? And Ivanka's on TV, like is in this previous interview talking to somebody. Of course, the reporter didn't know anything about the island. She's acting like she discovered the damn place, like she's, Ivanka Columbus or something. Okay. Or Ponce de Ivanka. Whatever. I don't know. Like the only thing you discovered, we're just not even going to talk about it. Okay. All right. Well, here's the unrest. People are not happy. Here's the project itself, because this can be putting seed money towards a real estate thing. Okay. We're asking about the people. Okay. Now, Pooty really wants Kushner, is pushing Kushner. And you know how close they are. Kushner not only goes and chats with Witkoff to Pood, they go to the BB, So, I mean, are we even running our own government anymore? Because I don't think so. I don't think so. They're going to try to find a way to make this stop, to make the protesters stop. They're digging to find out more information. The protesters are. There's our card of the day. Okay, so they are going to have a measurement of success, some measure of success. They may be able to get this delayed and reworked somehow. When I did the last reading, it looked as though Kushner would be, and actually Ivanka was supposedly leaning more towards environmental concerns, and that she would say, she would give some concessions that they would, not develop this and take care of this, whatever. Okay, so, but I think there's a measure of success here, which is really good. Oh, I also wanted to point out that in the last video, I had that big hit. My guides and angels showed me that a previous promise to Ukraine of monies and ammo would go through. And it did. It just went through. I think it was voted through last night through the House, and there were several Republicans that went along with it. And they had denied NATO sales to Germany, and NATO sales of things that fly through the air, which ultimately were going to go back around to Ukraine. And look, that's a big deal, you guys. That is, listen, that's, don't take the bottle of Prosecco that you're saving for Tambourine Day when the orange one is totally deflated and is the chalk tape around the perimeter of his body. But you might want to toast for Ukraine because this was a success and I'm very happy for them. Okay. And that's why I kept getting good cards. All right. But remember, food is a corner snake. Okay. They need to, the people with the money are going to try to overrule. Corporations and people with money will try to overrule. But I just want to see how this ends. So will Kushner and Ivanka develop and build the $4 billion resort? Or will it go down to $2 billion? Or will they give up and walk away? How does this end? Does Kushner and Ivanka get their way or not? Boy, they're trying. They're trying to make it happen. Here's all the fighting. Here's the lawsuits. This may get delayed and they might start looking at other projects, maybe in Cuba, maybe in Gaza. Maybe Ivanka can discover another island. Oh, this is waiting, defending, proposals. They are going to build something, but I don't think it's to the scale that they thought. But they will. There's a delay here, and there's going to be a big power struggle. This looks like the people and Kushner family will perhaps strike a deal somehow. So, but that's on down the road. Aces are ingenious thoughts. All right. Oh, thank you, Square Peg. Okay. I want to, oh my God, I'm going to ask about this. I think the agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, I think she is lying about this other bug, I might as well just go ahead and ask it. Then I'm going to ask if the CEO of the Federal Society and the Heritage Foundation are actually running the country. All right. Brooke Rollins, the Ag Secretary. She says that the carnivorous fly larvae called screwworms, which affect cattle and cattle ranchers, has not passed through the border of Mexico into the United States. Now, there are some other representatives of Texas that say that it has, that it was 29 miles from the border and now it's crossed over. And there are 2 small calves that have been infected. And what it is, sorry, you guys, I'm sorry. And if you're eating, please stop chewing. It's a flesh-eating sort of screwworm, which it burrows down, and it was easily eradicated in the 60s. It was a huge problem for livestock, but they released sterilized screwworms to mate with the female screwworm so that they couldn't produce and that it would stop spreading. So they already know how to stop it, and they've already quarantined areas on the border and have isolated this, so they say. But Brooke Rollins is breathing, and that means she's lying because she's a real piece of work. All right, but let's see. How big is this going to be a big problem? As if ranchers and farmers haven't already had ginormous problems and suffered huge setbacks. how big of a problem is this screwworm resurgence? I can't even believe I'm asking this. Oh my God. All right. Well, the 10 is the end, so how big of a problem is this going to be? For the cattle and the cattle ranchers. Talk about a cluster, you know what, as if the price of meat isn't high enough and isn't problematic enough. How big of a problem is this screw I'm going to present? All right. So they must reproduce through water or around water. Maybe they're like mosquitoes. I know they release the sterile mosquitoes here. I'm just not going to say anything. Oh my God. We wish that other people in Florida were sterile, but it's okay. It would eliminate Florida man. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. Okay, it does cause deaths. The scientific community was not up on it. Of course, they've been cut. What agency to protect us has not been cut? Okay, I'll get off my stump. So cut, ending. All right, and now they're going to regret it, just like Doge and the Ebola situation. All right, there's still 2 cups. There's going to be a loss. There's going to be some problems. They're going to come up with some medicine. We're okay. We're okay. But because of the cut, this did not have to happen. Just acting like nothing is wrong. They're acting nothing to see here, folks. And it causes problems. Okay. It's keeping secrets, the cuts of the government that result in death of the livestock and problems. So are they going to easily fix this? Are they going to, will it be, get it, Lori? I'm a little hungry and I'm a little tired. Okay. Okay. Will they be able to isolate and eradicate? Will they be able to irradiate enough male screwworms to get this? Will it be easy? Will it be effective and quick? All right, now they're working together. It has crossed the border somewhere else as well. They don't have it. They were not prepared. Part of the day. There was one man in particular that was somebody that was over Rollins' head. Or maybe this is just, oh, I know what this is. Okay, this is in conjunction to this. This is one rancher or the representative of the ranchers that's really angry. And it's just going to be over the top. There's already farmers in Texas that are fuming because they don't have the fertilizer and just all of the other reasons. It's a fight. It's a fight. They fight. They have to get up on top of it. They're going to take the cure from the past, and it spreads and it jumps over here. So they're going to be playing whack-a-mole with it, and they have to stay on it, and they get disrupted from it. So this isn't going to be an easy fix. I mean, I don't think it's going to be terrible, but they definitely do not have all the people in place to take care of this. This isn't good. This is not good. Okay. Ooh. All right. All right. Let's split up the bug talk. Let's just split up the bug talk and go right over to the, all right, Sheldon Gilbert. That's his name. Sheldon Gilbert. CEO and president of the Federalist Society. Is he directing, leading, or giving, or running our country currently? With Leonard Leo, the board of directors, and also Professor Stephen Calabrese. Leonard Leo, Calabrese, Sheldon Gilbert. Are they giving orders on how to run the government? And the firing isn't ceasing, so there's no cease firing because there's still the Hezbollah, Israel, Bibi. Okay, some of their plans didn't go. Some of the things that they proposed didn't go through. So now they're trying to get rid of some people. There's deep anger and unrest in the Federalist Society. They do a lot of things in conjunction with thoughts of and action with the POOD. They are sneaky and they are going around the orange puppet. But like I said, they've had to abandon some proposals because they weren't being followed. So they're trying to come up with something else and having to walk away a little bit here. But they are still giving direction and advice. They hope to run the country, but they fear that they're not in total control. And they're still trying to do sneaky things. There's a little bit of resurgence here in September during the time of Virgo, but for the most part, it's not going the way they wanted it to go. But we will hear more about their interactions because people are talking about it. And they still have plans, and they may walk away for summer vacay, but they're coming back around before midterms. All right. Now, talking about some other shady people, the Heritage Foundation, President Kevin Roberts. He's also president of the Heritage Action. Is he running our country, giving orders to Wiles, Vance, Miller, Voigt, et al.? President Kevin Roberts of the Heritage Foundation. Does he have a lot of say-so and a lot of power on the decisions in the Trump admin to run the country? Is he in a more powerful position than Sheldon Gilbert? The power of three. But they even have some concern about how to move forward with some things. They do feel women not being able to get proper medical care was successful. But of course, they're not going to be able to keep a lid on that. They have more plans. They're not sure how to proceed. They want to try to get women out of everything. They are actively working. They are in this right up to their tip of their nose. They're working on so much here. There's a delay. They're able to get some of this through. They're dealing. Rob Peter to pay Paul. I'll give you this, a swapping. Pushing forward. They are in a much more powerful position. So Kevin Roberts is in a much more powerful position at this moment instead of Sheldon Gilbert, Cabrazo, or Leo. Okay, so, but even he may be over his skis and doesn't get, he takes less than what he wanted as well. Okay. Will women and black and brown people prevail over all of these naughty people? Will women and black and brown people prevail with our rights and freedom? We're fighting. They're sad. We're sad. And people have already gone through loss and sees sacrifice, family. Been really tough here. Goes upside down. Some of the things that the way we're presenting ourselves is not working. So we have to work harder, differently. We have to be willing to admit that what we're doing isn't working. We have to take a new stand. We have to get a new perception. We're not giving up, though. This is good. This is good. Slow but steady movement towards our goals. We win. Woohoo! I love it. All right. I'm going to be on Petty Boots Sunday night, you guys. Woohoo! All right. We win. We win. Okay. I'm so excited. It's a lot of hard work, but we have to all get together and we've just got to change our ways. We have to change our approach, change our tactics, get a new perception, start a new project, just get her done. Okay. Load up, get her done. All right. We know what we need to do. Now, all right, this Lone Star tick, okay? This is some crazy stuff. It's also called the alpha-gal allergy. It gets into your body, this tick gets into your body, and it transmits a sugar molecule, triggering your immune system to create an allergy resulting in a condition known as alpha-gal. So it's an allergen then to red meat, beef, pork, lamb, some dairy. There's 500,000 people currently living with this allergy. And like I told you before, if you're just joining us, I have some really peculiar feeling about it, that it's more than that. There's something more that they're not telling us about this. And this is 500,000 is a lot. But it's not like it kills you, but it's terrible. It's in the central west of Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Tennessee. Then on the east is Virginia, Maryland, everywhere ticks are. Delaware, Long Island, Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, Massachusetts, and in the Midwest, it's in Indiana, Illinois, and Kansas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So, I mean, what are they doing? I just don't understand this. All right, so are they going to get a handle on this Lone Star tick? I mean, you have to be really careful. There's all kinds of oils that you can use. You know, you really need to check yourself, check your dogs. Don't go where it's heavily wooded, you know, stick more towards streets and sidewalks. I know that's difficult for some people, but, you know, are they going to get a handle on this? You know, I should be using the circus deck for this. I started using it for a card of the day. I'm doing it in with the regular Rider-Waite or the Everyday Witch deck. If the picture from the Le Grand Circus deck is too crazy, I won't put it in there. But please join us on the Way of Positive Change Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Tell me you're there for card of the day. It's good. It's a good community. Okay. And then I'm gonna make a prediction. I will be streaming live to Substack by the end of next week. Okay. In addition to YouTube. They have a thought of a proposal. Sound like anybody we know? We have the beginning sentence of a way to attack this. Oh my God, some people think, oh, okay, I can't even. All right, I feel like this gets better, okay? It's wonky right here. They're trying a couple of different things. Government's going to say, you got to get a hold of this. I feel like they're able to delay or slow down the spread. So I feel like there's some victory in this, but even then it's not enough. So it isn't really considered to be a victory for the outcome. So they have to approach this a different, same way women and Black and brown people have to become more empowered. This agency is going to have to become more empowered. And that means we're going to have some adults in regulatory environmental fields, and you know what I'm saying. All right. Now, Plattner in Maine. He's running for Senate, and he's up against Susan Collins, and it's getting nasty, you guys. It is getting nasty. Don't know if the, you know, are they rumors or he just won't back down. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I hope he didn't do some of those things. He said he wasn't the perfect boyfriend 10 years ago. Do I believe everyone can change? Yes, I do. I've got friends that aren't MAGA anymore. No, it's not my two besties. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. That's very kind of you. All right. Will Plattner be successful in getting a Senate seat, knocking Collins off up in Maine? Man, it's like, who's worse? It's just really, they got to do something to knock Collins out. Someone has to do something than be more than concerned, like Susan Collins. I'm a little sarcastic today. See what being hungry does to me besides stuttering? Okay. He's got some secrets. There's one more female that's gonna. Okay. There's the attacks. Try to outsmart your opponent. Everybody's being sneaky. All right. Okay. Pootie does not want him to win. Okay. And Poot has his thumb in everything. Some people just won't vote. A lot of the greedy people just want to hold on to Collins. Oh boy, I don't think he gets it. Something may still come out. There's still a secret that could come out that he may back down when the numbers get, we're not there. I don't know when that primary is, or I don't know when that election is, but maybe you guys can let me know, because yeah, he probably removes himself. Okay. Because if you remember, the 8 of Cups was Biden removing himself, was MTG removing herself, was Matt Gaetz stepping down, knew he wasn't going to make it as Attorney General, went over to get his TV show. We saw that happening for a long time. This is usually when the person removes themselves. Okay. All right. And speaking of the elections, we also had somebody ask about, oh, I forgot to ask about Nevada. All right, let's do Cooper and then go back. Okay, Goddess Portia asked, will U.S. Senate candidate Roy Cooper, who seems like an okay kind of guy, he certainly won. He has a winning record, right? I think he termed out as governor or something, you guys. Roy Cooper, North Carolina, will he win his election? Will he get that Senate seat? Will he win his election and become a force of positive change in our government? Roy Cooper, will you continue to win? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Roy Cooper. And I helped. All right. That was for shake and bake. Giving our ages away there. Mm-hmm. Roy Cooper, are you going to win? Are you a keeper? Hey, Cooper, are you a keeper? All right. Whoa, okay, something's not right there. Somebody tries to mess with him. Someone might try to mess for entertainment purposes only, in my own opinion, which is protected by the First Amendment. I mean, someone may try to harm him. He has to be strong. He could have a health issue. He is the star. He's been the star. He could get overruled with something, or somebody could interject or intercede. Make a problem for, restrain by law or a fake law. All right, the people are there for him. They are there for him. Oh, I don't like that. That's the malefic queen when she's negative. Okay. Okay. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. It's not easy, but the 7 of Wands man usually makes it to the top of the hill. So he better eat his Wheaties, and he better check his brakes every time he gets in his car, if you know what I mean. Because there have been whistleblowers on musketeers who have had that problem. All right. So he has got to be up on everything. He has to have every electronic gadget, every detection thing going on. Because this isn't good, especially with her hanging around. That's like Maleficent. Isn't that the name of the bad witch that Angelina Jolie played? All right, now, Cooper, I think he's got it. Plattner, I don't think so. Removes himself. Now let's go back to Nevada. Nevada has had more earthquakes in 2026 than what's an average season for them or non-season for them. So will this become more, does this become a problem? Is Nevada going to have a significant sized earthquake? Nevada. There's a lot of speculation about it. They don't have all the numbers yet. That's a lot of rumblings. Even there, staff has been cut. Okay, this shows increased activity. Not only in Nevada, but also another place. And they're not feeling very good about it. It brings up a lot of emotion for people. And this is by Yosemite. So that's why it affects all these people and people that care about. Okay, so they are having some material losses in that state. We already know about Las Vegas, but there's going to be further loss of income for that state and difficulty. And so I'm going to say yes, that it's not going to be good for them. They're in some difficult situations. And I think when this takes place, it takes place quickly, and I don't think we're far off from it, unfortunately. I don't like this and this. All right, and then I wanted to ask about Wyoming as well. Come on, we want some good news, you guys. But we do have good news. We do have a lot of good news. They're going to sterilize the screwworms. That's good news. Right? Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Listen, you can get Robert Kennedy Jr. out there. He'll take the you-know-what's off those screwworms. Did you see him with those snakes, you guys? Wouldn't. Oh. All right. What about Wyoming? So what did I think I said the wrong. Wyoming. Also part of near Yellowstone. What about seismic activity in Wyoming? Is there significant amount or increase of seismic activity? in Wyoming. Is the chat running, you guys? Is there a problem, or did it just stall on my end? Oh, there we go. I thought they took down my video. Okay. Wyoming. Increased amount of seismic activity there. Things that cause concern, seismic activity that cause great concern. Why does it keep getting stuck? They're okay here. Again, they do not have enough people filling the positions that need to be filled appropriately and the amount that they need to keep their this practice and observations. There's been cuts. Money, the greedy people. Okay. There's going to be a seismic activity where there has already previously been known to be a seismic active area in Wyoming, but they're okay. There are people in that state that are trying to get more people hired. They will be successful in doing that as well. But this is there's a little sneaker there. It's not terrible, but something sneaks up on them. So because they don't have the right amount of people, right? But it's their cards in Wyoming are not as bad as Nevada. Okay. All right. Okay, now I want to ask about how are we on time? We're doing okay. All right. Hurricanes, east coast of Florida. Hurricane season has just started. Will there be any hurricanes that hit the east coast of Florida? You know, from the Keys up to Jacksonville. Will there be any hurricanes on the east coast that make landfall or brush up against, cause damage, east coast of Florida? If they truly control the weather, which some say happened in Vietnam, then you'd think they'd make it stay away from that coast, right? I don't know why that's not working. Oh, well. Okay. There's problems here. And then there are secrets. Who's manipulating this? Who's working this? Do they know about it? Do they say, let it go through? Maybe some places are not protected. Somebody doesn't do what they were supposed to do. This is a problem. So this is either a tropical storm, all right, so where are the places that stars go in Florida? Miami, Jacksonville Beach, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale. That's not really, Fort Lauderdale's not really. It's mostly Miami. South Beach. Star could also be Hollywood. something that happens very quickly. Oh, quick. Okay, something's going to be on that side very quickly. Okay, and then it slows down, ooh, which means it could strengthen before it. But they're okay. So I'm going to say maybe it just rides the coast. That's my guess. Okay, but I feel like people are okay, but someone's definitely messing with this stuff. And Putin has all of our secrets. He has all of our secrets because he is blackmailing. It's going to be just enough to scare the orange one. All right. And speaking of other nefarious actors, Israel, what happens between Israel's government and the United States government? What happens between our two governments? Do we continue to support them? Are our military forces working together with the idea and other forces? Are we together or apart? Is the United States going forward? Are we together or apart from them? And the POO just struck, I don't know how many billion-dollar deal with Iran. So, I mean, that's a problem. I think my mouse needs new batteries. I think that's the problemo. Okay, so we're not alone here, but one of us is going to leave because this is causing grave concern. And some people have said, do it. And then there's the sneaking and going around. So even if they say, okay, we're not together with you, there are clandestine meetings for entertainment purposes only. And sneaking around things that we're not even told. We don't even get the information. We don't get we're not privy. Okay, now, how this is done is going to change. So how it's been done previously will not be repeated. So there is going to be a significant change. We're almost there. And people like Roy Cooper that get in and other people that bring positive change. What a great name. When we're looking at 10 cards and we already got 2 of the most dysfunctional, deceptive, stealing, miscommunication on purpose, just this is the Bill Barr card, with Epps, the whole reason he became Attorney General. Because his dad hired a person that didn't even have a degree to teach at a school. One leader goes out. And another one gets put in. That's the change. The change is in leadership. And that can be from the orange one to Shady V, or BB to the next person. And that's what changes. The taking out or the removal of this person somehow. And then we may be able to work together. Will we work together in a positive way? Or are we still being bad? Will we be able to work then after one leader is replaced? Will we be able, or both, will we be able to work together with positive in a positive manner or not? With Israel. It's just really bad. There's just so many lies. There's so much deception. And it's all about the money and who has the money and what they're doing. Yeah, there is a pulling apart. There is sort of a fracture, one, pulling apart and then coming back together with renewed hope and focus and the ability to make a more positive, victorious, stabilized union, because this goes out. So this is good. This is good news. So that's worth celebrating. Where's my happy birthday cup? That's celebratory there. All right. Will we get Pootie out too? Then I'll read for you and me. Will we get Putin out of our government? Will we get Putin out of our government? Anytime soon? Because he's calling shots. Will we successfully remove Putin out of the power in the U.S. government? Will we be successful at removing him? Because he's got tentacles, has been through the open door. The door was left open. To all of our passwords, our security, Becca talks about it all the time. Okay. He has more control right now. We do not have the control. All right, there's an opportunity for change here. This is better. After there's a big blow up and judgment and justice and legal situations, government, we will be able to get him out. And then there's another sign that we can work towards a more perfect union with everyone. So that is also very good news. Okay. So I just want to ask about civil war, because, there's people are saying, very good readers are saying that there's going to be a civil war by July 4th. Well, the United States, I mean, we're already split down, well, MAGA's, was like 30%, because he didn't win the what. All right. So will there be a civil war in the United States on or around July? The astrological components and lineup is definitely tricky, and that full moon at the end of June is tricky in Capricorn, which, affects the government. Yeah, will there be a civil war? Giant, huge, terrible problem. There's legal issues going on. And with government, and government's on its side, and we're able to see through, it's like the Fockers, I'm watching you. I can't wait to see that movie. The lineup may be the past from the Civil War, but we've learned lessons from the past. We do have the karma card there. There's a lot of speculation. There's spying going on. There's there may be, terrible words, sneaky activities. There's definitely people doing bad things. There's bad actors. But we're okay, and oh my gosh. There are 3 main cards in all of the 78 cards. This is really important, you guys, that stand for and have the meaning of or keywords of karma. And what are they? They are, first, major arcana, the wheel of fortune, right? That's the karma. What goes around comes around. The 6 of cups is the karma card and things that come up from past lives or past life current experiences, things that repeat, cycles that repeat, that come back around, and the thoughts and the emotions that you emit, and the thoughts and affirmations that come out of your mouth that go on the cosmic wave of quantum physics, that go out, the prayers that go out and help people and heal people in the universe, come back around, and you reap what you sow. Your ships come back to you filled with what you've put out. So it can be beautiful and it can be icky if it's around icky things, and this one is. So there will be some people that reap bad karma, but for the most of us, we've put out very positive things. And so I think there are going to be people who try to hype and push and lie, cheat, and steal to try to make something like that reappear. But we're not having it. We're not having it. It's like people asked me in the last video when I said I had going to lunch with my 2 best, their sisters. We've been friends for 40 years. 40 years, you guys. They've both been widowed once. We have been through everything. The loss of our parents, stuff with our kids. We've been through everything. We don't talk about politics. They know who I am, and I know who they are. And it stops there, because we make it stop, because we're too important to each other. But we just don't go there. I think, there's more moderate thinking going on, but we've helped each other. We've helped each other move after divorces. We have helped each other's kids. We've taken care of parents and fiancés' parents, and just, it's just been over the top. Held them up at their husband's funeral, when their knees were going out. That's why, don't tell me what, when someone dies unexpectedly, Erica Kirk face, she wipes her tears with dollar bills. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. I'm sorry, that was really mean. Definitely, I'm hungry and I apologize. Okay, sorry. All right, guides and angels, this is a reading for you and me, and I've gone over the hour mark again. Sunshine, go outside and play, embrace your inner child, do things that you used to like to do when you were younger, whether that's making jewelry, painting, hopscotch, walking on roads or sidewalks for your walks. Playing with others, plays well with others. PBJs in the park. Being where kids are is always uplifting. Could be a summer splash pad, the pool, gardening. The sun card is the gardening with the sunflowers. What do our guides and angels want us to know for the weekend? I had some squirrely feelings getting ready. I just felt like there was like a squirrely surprise there. Anyway, okay, now they're getting us. They're saying, don't rest on your laurels for too long. You better get those muscles working before you can't work them. And they atrophy. They're get up, load up. All right. To get those muscles working before you have problems. Do what you're supposed to do. Take better care of your health and get moving. Call a friend. Call your buddy. Call your bestie. Call someone you haven't spoken to for a long time. Use your intuition. Do some fun stuff with others. Go somewhere you haven't been for a while. So when we get that sun card, you know, do something that you haven't done for a while. Be balanced. A little bit of work, a little bit of play. Okay? Little work, little play. Get your rest. Oh, I had such profound prayers this morning, you guys. Remember to pray big. Remember that you can pray for people to experience, for sour people to experience such joy and love and the presence of God in their life. And their angels and the light that is so huge, that they have such, pray that sour people have such profound experiences that it changes them. Pray that the angels become full of assistance and act swiftly. Don't forget that you can pray for anything. Make it big. Make it bigger than you, pray bigger, better than you've ever prayed before, you know? Be passionate. Change places. 2 aces is a change of places. You can go somewhere you used to go, and then you can go somewhere new. But get out of your own way with this tude. Say your prayers. Do your gratitude list. Give thanks for every time a prayers happen for you, miracles happen. Say it, pray it, make it happen. Use your voice. Call and talk to people. Get the conversations going. And let's get out and go play. All right, you guys, say it, pray it, make it happen. Think bigger. Get out of your own way. Think bigger. I switched that. Think back on how you were able to manifest that job that you got, that car that you got, the bobo you married, the house that you got, you know, the school that you went to. And start manifesting. Let's get on it. Put your magic together here. You know, get enthusiastic. Pray and say. All right, I'm off my stump. Things can change quickly. Miracles can happen in the blink of an eye. That's why they're called miracles. Because you're like, I can't even believe that just happened. Woohoo. All right, make it happen. I love these together. All right. Much love to you. Many blessings. Pray and say, do your gratitude. Be grateful that you don't live, you know, on the White House grounds right now. I mean, come on. Thank you, Square Peg. All right. Thank you for the questions, you guys. I'll see you soon. If it gets cray, I'll be back on Saturday or Sunday, tomorrow or the next day. All right, you guys. Much love. Many blessings.